Although there are so many discussions about terrorism in the world, I have found that people tend to talk less about the student safety in schools. So in this project, I'm talking about shootings as being a wicked problem at the Florida State University in order to address this omission. The position I am taking is not so uncommon. The shootings are strongly affecting the FSU system physically and mentally, and John Trasher, the 15th Florida State University's president, tend to agree with me. In fact, in his speech after the yoga shooting last fall, he said that our hearts are broken and we are gathered to mourn the loss of two members of our Florida State University family and offer prayers for those who were injured and affected by this horrific attack. This hateful and despicable act has affected our community profoundly. Last fall, November 2nd, 2018, 4 years after the library shooting, a FSU professor and a student were killed at the yoga studio. Scott Beall, the gunman, was already reported to FBI before the attack by investigators for his previous actions. However, they were considered not actionable by the FBI. The entire FSU community was shocked and mourning after the tragedy. Since then, many psychologists are available for students. However, some are still traumatized. This weak problem is very important to address as it affects thousands of students and families every day. Every student, every professor should feel safe in a public university like Florida State. However, many students don't go to the library and yoga lessons anymore because it reminds them of the previous shootings and they're scared. Until 2008, the FSU libraries were open to the public without any system of security. However, since the student has been raped in the library in the middle of the day, security measures were taken right after. According to the dean of the library, Julia Zimmerman, destroys the library's security system and staff. The recent emergency drill, a responsive police force, and a quick-thinking front desk employee all work together to keep the students inside safe from harm. However, in November 20th, 2014, a shooting occurred at the FSU Strozer Library. Even though the Tallahassee Police Department and the campus police killed the shooter, some victims complained. Critics have already talked about the insufficient security provided by the university to prevent crime. In fact, Hamed, a paralyzed student after being shot, sued the university for damages. Terrorism and shootings aren't only an FSU problem, but a worldwide issue. We don't know how to stop terrorism yet. However, many innovations can help to save people. Beyond the system of FSU, extending to the elementary schools, the investigative procedures, and social media, they are all trying to innovate in order to address this terrorism omission. In fact, while media has a huge impact on society nowadays and can influence many people, elementary schools and universities focus on the education to the media and teach students how to use them. Similarly, teachers are trained to identify problematic elements and know who to contact in case of problem with a student with a suspicious behavior. Moreover, many universities, FSU included, chose to intervene by putting the video surveillance cameras all around campus. However, those innovations are not good enough to prevent terrorism and the shooting at FSU. That is why, in order to make the FSU campus a safe home for the thousands of students and professors, the new innovation called the LSTH, Love Stronger Than Hate, is necessary. This innovation will look very similar to the Apple Watch, however, its function will be very, very different. This watch will give access to all the university resources such as my FSU website, Canvas, and emails. But more importantly, every member of the FSU community will be able to trigger a terrorist alert by pressing a button on the watch for 3 seconds. This alert will immediately send the person's position to the FSU police department. Once alerted, the police department will be able to look at the camera security and immediately go on site to try to save as many people as they can. Terrorism cannot be stopped. However, working all together, we can save many lives faster and show to the world that love is stronger than hate. The FSU community that will serve as the point of entry of this innovation needs to understand that more than make them feel safer on campus, it will help to save other lives. The main reason why the Florida State University is considered like a second home from the major part of the students and professors is because we consider each other like brothers and sisters. We are family, so wear this watch and save your family. At first, the channels of communication will be very simple. The FSU women's and men's tennis team, the FSU president, and the FSU police department will have to agree on wearing the watch and be part of the 2.5% innovators of this innovation after listening to my presentation. The 13.5% of early adopter will be aware of this innovation by the tennis team in class, in the nightclubs, and all around campus. And the professors will have a meeting with the FSU president. In order to convince 34% of the FSU community, which are the early majority, this 15 minutes presentation will be played in every single class. With that, publicity on social media and emails will be sent to every person related to FSU. Finally, the other 34% of the late majority will hopefully adopt this innovation before a terrorist attack. If not, after saving lives in a shooting, they will probably want to feel safe and will adopt this innovation. Lastly, many ads around campus, many FSU emails and pictures will be provided to make sure that the entire FSU community will be aware of this innovation, including students, professors, and also potential future terrorists. The social structure will be the key to influence the adoption of the innovation. The more FSU people will wear the watch, the more successful this innovation will be. And remember, the more lives will be saved. The social structure will influence the design of the product. After interviewing a few people, asking them what would stop them to wear this watch if they know that it will save many lives, most of them talked about the aesthetic parts of the product. For example, Emmanuel Salas said, "Even if I know that it will be super helpful, if it's ugly, I won't wear it." The organizational structure, such as the police department, will be challenged to be fast as possible to save lives. There will be influence to be better and faster, and at the same time, it may also influence the innovators of this product to improve this innovation step by step to make it more precise and to find ways to be related to the video surveillance cameras. This innovation may automatically reduce the shootings by making the task more difficult and challenging to the potential shooters. Knowing that an entire university is united to save lives against terrorists, with the innovation of the LSTH watch, may make them feel very lonely and powerless against thousands of people. But at the same time, it's hard to anticipate what can happen in the head of a person who likes to shoot people. So this innovation may push them to try to break this unification to prove that hate is stronger than love. Maybe, hopefully not. With this watch, the goal is for people to feel safer. So it would be desirable that this innovation becomes an indispensable object that people will need to wear every day. However, this product should not be a stressful resource. People should not be scared or traumatized every time they see this watch. That is another reason why a cool design is very important. The direct goal of this innovation is to reduce the shootings at FSU and save lives, so nothing as bad as the library shooting in 2008 or the yoga studio shooting in 2018 ever happen again. Another goal is to make the FSU people feel like home again while walking on campus, doing activities, and studying in the libraries or in class. The indirect goal would be to help the FSU Police Department to be more efficient and become one of the best of the country. According to this mission statement on the FSU Police Department website page, the mission of the Florida State University Police Department is to support the mission of the Florida State University by promoting a safe and a secure higher education environment while providing proactive police and customers-related services aimed to reduce crime. By adopting this innovation, the Florida State University could become the safest university in the world and would attract the best students and athletes around the globe. And this could make Florida State a better place to be.